Hello guys, my name is Juliet Mweke from Jacaranda Maternity in Ruaka. I'm their resident clinician there. Welcome to our today's live session. I'm going to be answering questions that mliuliza. So today we are going to demystify some myths that you came up with, and also I will air the things that we are offering at Jacaranda Maternity. For those who are new, welcome. Yes, na wale wa kitambo, asanteni kwa kutu follow and liking us. So I will go straight to the questions that you have been asking. Am I audible? So we start with the first question. The first question was asked by a client was, my newborn is constipating. So we'll start first with that one. The baby's first stool during the first 24 to 48 hours is what is important. So we want these babies to pass stool. The first stool is black. After 7 days, they are breastfeeding. It might change in color. And the stool of babies is soft. It is not haijashikana. It is watery. So it keeps on changing from greenish, black greenish to yellow. And then it is all watery. It will come to form, to become hard eventually. So is it normal for babies to constipate? So it reaches a point when babies don't poop. It's not constipation. Babies can hold stool for up to 7 days. They won't pass stool. So these babies will be, for normal babies, it will be, they will hold their poop and they are not crying, first of all. Then when you look at the stomach, it is not distended, haijafura. Na ukishika tumbo, it is not tender. It is not painful when you touch the stomach. So this is how you know we don't have a problem. And a baby that is not pooping should pass flatters, that is kushuta. Mtoto anafaa ashute. If this baby is not shootering, the baby's stomach is full, baby is crying a lot, that is a baby that you need to bring back to the hospital so that we can see the baby. But if the baby is shootering, the baby is not crying, na haja pupu, apupu leo. And then the baby holds stool for like 3 days, apupu after 3 days. So you know your baby will be pooping after 3 days. So I'll say it saves us some diaper. And I want to discourage something before. Don't try to put some glycerol suppositories huko nyuma. Hizi dawa zenye mnapewa watoto waweze kupupu. Don't. Because milk is readily absorbed by the body. So it will take time for the poop to form because waste itaendelea build up pole pole. These babies, however, must susu because milk is 70% water. So we expect akinyonya, asusu, ashute, ata asipopoop is okay. Our first poop is what is important, but there is no hospital which will discharge a baby kama hawajana pupu ya kwanza. So that is what we assess after you have delivered your baby. So we'll assess the first poop. Okay, and during the poop, after amefunga pupu sana, we want you to examine the poop for us and tell us what you are seeing in the poop. Is it black? Is it yellow? We want it yellow. We want it formed. But remember, the first kapupu, it is a bit hard, very hard, yeah. But the next one should be smooth, and then the other one comes out like a paste. It will all come out. So you will check on the consistency of poop like that. So we need smooth poop. There's no blood. It should not be red. It should not be dark black in color. So that is the poop that you want from the babies. That was the first question. So babies should poop. Yeah, but babies can still hold poop for 7 days. Others go longer than that, yeah? So the next question was, at what age do babies crawl? So right from the time the baby is born. So this client, it will be right if I answered the question on milestones also, because there is another one who had asked down here. Let me see. When should I worry if my child is not walking? That is also a milestone question. So these milestones, how we achieve them. So we say from 5 months of. There's another one that asked, speaking multiple questions with the baby causes speech delay. So I will answer on milestones pamoja. when you're pregnant, 5 months, that baby can hear. You can speak to that baby the language you want to speak, but remember, this baby knows the voices, the familiar voices in the house, the common voices. They even have their own favorite song. There is a song that you play and they keep quiet, even in the uterus. So it's good to sing for these babies, to play some music for the babies. And when they come out, they are born. Kitambo, they used to say babies didn't see, babies can see. So they see, they open their eyes, they see, they can move with the the bright colors in the house. So if there is a doll that is bright, that is why we have the toys that are colorful, for the babies to follow and then produce some sounds to attract them. This is how you know my baby is hearing, my baby is seeing. But with time, when they reach 3 weeks, the baby will start turning their head towards familiar faces. So akisikia sauti ya mama, because that is the best voice wakati ni mdogo, so atapenduka na sauti ya mama. Then the other thing, from there they start, now they can turn. So we expect the baby to be at 5 months. Babies start sitting up from 5 months of age. So by 6 months, these babies can sit down unsupported. Now that's a milestone. From 6 months, when they sit down, these babies can start to crawl. However, it's not all babies that crawl. Others, by 7 months, we expect this baby to be standing. But how are they standing? They are standing while supported. That is at 7 months. So 7 months they stand, they hold the stool, they stand, they hold the curtains. That is why you remember zile meza za kitambo, they used to cover them with kitamba. It's not advisable for you when you have a baby that is 7 months, utandike meza and put objects on the table, because they will swing on the kitamba and fall down. That is dangerous for these babies. So ensure it is a firm place where they stand, because by 7 months they're trying to stand. So others will stand and crawl. Wale wakishakaa chini, they will try to reach out for objects. So they'll be crawling from 6 months once they're sat to standing, so they can either walk or crawl. So by 8 months, these babies, they start teething. By the books, kuna tuana teeth mapema. They can teeth from 5 months, 4 months, they can start teething. But teething by the books is at 8 months, so we expect the babies to have teeth. Remember, these babies, they need to have achieved head support by 3 months. I'm sorry, I'm going back. Kichwa haianguki every time, so they can control their necks. So when you're holding these two toddlers, hold them, support the head, the neck, and the back. The other thing is, now tulikuwa tumefika kwa 9 months, right? So from there, by 1.3, this baby should have walked. So the one who was asking, when should I be worried if my baby is not walking? By the time your baby is 1 year, 3 months, that baby now anafaa kuwa alitembea. Though we've said akisimama na asimame vizuri, because 7 months they are attempting to stand up. So akisimama vizuri, unsupported, they can choose to make some baby steps and walk. So where you left the baby is not where you'll find them the next time you look for them, which is a milestone. And then the other thing that they were asking on languages to speak to the kababy. Babies adapt to languages that we speak more often. So if you want to speak English to your kababy, you can speak English. Mother tongue, they will pick what is familiar, what is most common. That is what babies pick as their first language. So it doesn't matter which language you speak to the baby, but speak to these babies. Eventually, they will pick, and even they will start toning like you, using your familiar languages, even exclamations. So those that curse in front of babies, they might start with cursing first instead of the right words. Yeah. So somebody was asking, how many wet diapers should a 4-month have in a day? These babies, you can change up to 6 times in a day. That is 6 diapers. But by the time they are 4 months of age, I expect at least 2 stools in a day. Others can give us 4, but 2 stools, that is formed stools. That is, by formed, I mean, ni mafi sasa imeshikana. So it's not that hard. Kama Colgate, yeah? So it's like Colgate. It is hard stool that is passed twice a day, asubuhi na jioni, or any other time of the day, because you know the routines of the babies by that age. So we expect maybe 6, an average of 6 diapers by the time we are 4 months. And then another one was asking, which is the best sleeping position? Which is the best sleeping position for the babies? When these babies reach The best position for babies that are less than 3 months, you can keep them left or right, lateral. So you put the baby to sleep on the sides, left or right side, yeah? But as the baby grows, they start rotating on the beds. There's nothing you can do. So in as much as you put them left, right, watapiga soma utapata uko chini. So what you need is to safeguard your area. Where is the baby sleeping, first of all, yeah? Yeah, so sleep below 3 months, left, right. But after that, you can't control. So ensure everywhere is safe for the baby to sleep. Asianguke chini. There was a question that somebody was asking on our vaccinations. So somebody asked, does vitamin A have effects on babies? I would say yes. Vitamin A can cause hypervitaminosis. Excess of it. So we have dosages for babies less than 6 months. They get 100 IU, 100,000 international units. And babies above 1 year, they get 200,000 international units. I'm sorry guys, let me pick up this one. Hello, yes, Zipporah, Juliet speaking. I can't. Okay, I'm sorry for this distraction. Currently I'm at work, I'm sorry. So we were talking about vitamin A, side effects of vitamin A. Common side effects that we can get, okay, they are not common. I would say 1 in 1,000 babies develop the symptoms, because since we started the clinic, because at Ruaka, this might be our 2nd year, come November, ikiisha, 2 years, I've had only 2 babies that have reacted to vitamin A. So some will have a swelling here at the anterior fontanelle. What is the anterior fontanelle? Anterior fontanelle is there is a space here that you'll see it pumping like the heart, that mothers love to look at it. Others are scared of it, yeah? So this is open. There is also another one that is usually open on the back. These are what help mothers push their babies. So that the bones can ride over, so that the mother can deliver the baby well. But it closes with time. Different times it closes. So that space there, it is what swells in some babies. Others get the inflammation of the lips. Others get allergy of the face, but not all allergy of the face is associated with vitamin A. And remember, these things that are side effects of a drug, they occur almost instantly. So should be that day or that night. It's not like kesho yake ama 2 days after, because allergic reactions occur there. So allow me to take this opportunity to speak about our child wellness clinic. So being a maternity hospital, in as much as I am here to speak for the general, majorly we see maternal mothers. We also have our gyne clinic that can see the gyne that are not pregnant, the gyne cases, yeah? So we have our child wellness clinic. We call it a CWC. So CWC operates in all our branches from asubuhi mpaka 5 jioni, depending on the vaccine that you're going to take, because we have some vaccines that have special days, like the BCG and the measles. So there are vaccines that you won't get on those days. You'll be told to come on another day. However, the clinic is operational from Monday to Saturday in all our branches from 7:30 to at least 5. So we offer both the Kenyan, zile za kanjo, they are called KP vaccines, and also the baby-friendly vaccines. These baby-friendly vaccines, they come at different prices. If you want to know our prices, you can ask. We will link you up. So you can text us if you want to know. But the baby-friendly vaccines, I can name some that we have. We have the flu vaccine. We have flu vaccine that is given at 6 and 7 months. If you have questions on the flu vaccines, so feel free to ask on the comment section. And also we have the Menactra, which is for meningitis. It is given at 10 months. And then we have baby-friendly vaccines, the PCV and the pentavalent. So these are few of the vaccines that we offer. So when you come at the facility, you might find we have packages. So there are places you go and you can negotiate or you can lipa pole pole mdogo mdogo. So we have our packages for these babies 0 to 1 year of age. We have our our well baby package, where you pay and then your vaccines are covered until the baby is 1 year. Plus they offer other services like consultations and general, so in the package. And also we have our baby package that is for babies above 1 year. So the questions that you are getting, the side effects of the vaccinations and how should we handle, thank you for that. So I will say post vaccination, it is not necessary for you to treat these babies. However, some babies may get a fever after vaccination. So you can give them paracetamol, expose the babies, hydrate them, but no, it is normal. They're going to recover after that. But we don't vaccinate sick babies. Why? Because we are introducing infection to the system. That is the essence of vaccination. We introduce a milder form of a disease into the system, and then we wait for the body to produce its own antibodies, its own immunity defense. So if the body produces its antibodies, the next time a baby is exposed to the disease, sasa huko nje, he can be able to fight the disease. So we don't vaccinate sick babies for the reason that if they are vaccinated and they are sick, they might worsen their sickness and we will treat them. And this might also have an effect on our vaccine because you're still going to kill our antigen, the vaccine that we had given the baby. So straight on, thank you for that question. So we'll there is another one that had asked, okay, is it normal for a baby to experience prolonged diarrhea? As we started, I had spoke about poop for these babies, what to expect. So by diarrhea is standard, let's say by the WHO, should be at least loose stool, more than 3 bouts, that is 3 episodes of diarrhea, loose stool within 24 hours. But it is not applicable for babies that are less than 6 months. It can be applicable above 4 months, yes, but it is not, because we've said babies normally they will produce loose stool. It is not formed stool. So until they form their stool, mama uliona mtoto amepupu mafi mzuri, umekuwa ukiona mafi mzuri, then from nowhere you start seeing it loose and watery, that is when you should raise your concern. But if it is from day one your baby is producing loose stool, it should not worry you, because that is what we expect from the babies. Okay, so another one was asking how to clean the baby's tongue and remove hard milk. This is a good question, though it is not by the books, like it's not a thing that is taught in school. It is just an hygienic process. So others might use a clean cloth, dip it in some water and wipe the tongue. But the hygiene kits that are coming nowadays, they have a silicone brush that can be used. Also, you do the same thing. You make sure you dip it in hot water, then you clean the tongue of the baby. But once the baby has started teething, from your clinic books, because that is what we give here, you need to buy a gentle brush to brush that two teeth of that baby. After that, so you'll start your oral hygiene after teething of the baby. Yes, and then the other thing, there's somebody who had asked about what could be wrong with a baby that is breastfeeding and then vomits after breastfeeding. This is a good question because most people don't know. So a baby can belch na atoe maziwa kidogo, which is okay. But a baby that you breastfeed and you see the baby is vomiting everything that you've given the baby, that baby is sick. That's a sick baby. So I will explain a sick baby. A sick baby will refuse to breastfeed. A sick baby will have fever. They will reduce their normal activity. They will, for medical terms, we use lethargy. They are not the same like they used to. They become dull. They refuse to feed. Others cry a lot and become clingy. So for the first time moms, and also others that their mothers who delivered their babies and they have never become sick throughout. So it is time to know that a sick baby will refuse to feed. So if your child is not feeding, that's a sick baby. If your baby is crying a lot, that is also a sick baby. Not throwing a tantrum, but the baby is crying a lot. Okay? So a baby that is vomiting after every breastfeeding, that is a sick baby that needs to be seen. So you come to the hospital, we see the baby, because nowadays we have a full-time pediatrician So you'll see your peds from 8 to 5. The others are on call, but from 8 to 5 you'll be attended to. From Monday to Saturday we are operational. So from Monday to Friday we operate from 8 to 5, and then from Saturday we operate until 1. For the other one, at least by 12. Wa mwisho wakuwa amefika by 12 so that you can be attended to. There is a person who had asked about rashes on the neck and on the face. Are they normal? These rashes might be acne, they might be eczema, it might be a heat rash. So I did not see them, so I can't tell if it's normal or not normal. However, if we overdress our children, they might get heat rash, and heat rash sana sana itatokea kwa shingo na kwa forehead of these two babies. So what do you do to prevent this? So you are the mother of the baby. Definitely, you are the one who is controlling how the baby is dressing. So if you yourself, you are not wearing a sweater, don't overdress the baby. By that I mean the baby can stay with one sweater, the romper, not a romper, I want to say tic tac. Is it a romper? Yeah, I think it's a romper. Yeah, inside there, and like a sweater too. If you're not wearing a sweater, if you're wearing a sweater, then you can add two like that. So it is you who is moderating the temperature. Don't overdress the baby wakati we mwenyewe uko na vest. Okay? Yeah, so you control the baby's temperature. If you're feeling cold, you wear a sweater, you cover the baby. Sini sawa. Yeah, because these babies, they can also refuse to add weight because of sweating a lot. But that's a myth that it is yet to be demystified. Okay, so we're talking about the rashes on the face and the neck. So I find it's wise to introduce the dermatology clinic. We have a dermatology clinic which is new. So we have babies being seen in our different branches. At Kahawa, the dermatology comes at 3 to 5, and then we have in Ruaka, which is now where I am, it is the dermatology comes at 9 to 11, and then there is Umoja branch, which he goes on Thursday, which is today. He is operational again from 9 to 11 or from 5 to 7 o'clock. So you have to call, book. Somebody will share their contacts of how to book for the. So those are the questions that you asked. Earlier on, we had other questions also. So somebody asked, how can I help my child develop healthy eating habits? These are things that start from a younger age. If you want your baby to develop manners while eating, you can buy a seat, the dining seat that you give this baby. Switch off the television. Ensure when it is feeding time, you're all feeding. So you can stimulate the baby by clapping for them when they are eating, but ensure there are no distractions. Avoid all distractions. When you train this baby for at least 21 days, feeding time, they know they will sit on that seat. They will eat. This is their feeding bowl, and this is the much they need to consume. And then you are singing for them, you are clapping for them. You only need to do that for like 21 days, because that's when a behavior is formed. After that, that baby will be knowing when it is time to eat, we do like this. We go and eat at the dining area, then we leave. So if you do that with the first one, the second one will follow suit, because babies learn by monkey see, monkey do. So that is how they will form a habit. But kama ulilea moja na cocomelon and then you run around the stairs eating, the other one will also follow suit. Okay? So another question was, what should I do if my child is underweight or overweight? We have our nutrition clinic, so I'll speak for Ruaka. So nutrition clinic, it's on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. So you can liaise with our nutritionist on that, so that you can come. We will write for you a meal plan to give the baby. Also, we need to assess the baby and see what is happening to the baby. There are babies that don't add weight because they had a congenital anomaly. So congenital, it means they were born by a disease that you as a mother, you won't know. So if you see a baby is not gaining weight, it's good to be reassured by the doctor, not at home and not by yourself at yet again weight. And then don't compare kids. Mtoto anani and again hivi. Kids grown. Ama firstborn alikuwa hivi second. So you need to be reassured by the doctor, yeah, so that you can continue, because we have had babies that had heart problems and they gain weight very slow, yeah, and it was hard to be picked so by the mother. So the ones who picked are during clinics, when you come is when they pick it. So it's good to attend all your clinics so that you can see how the baby is growing, because we are not just giving vaccines, we're also monitoring the growth of the baby. Okay, so the other one is saying, this one I have answered. Should I worry if my child isn't walking yet? So I have answered that one. So do kids have allergic reaction after vaccines? That one we have said yes, they do. This one had asked specifically for the 10 weeks. So 10 weeks and 6 weeks, yes, we have allergic reactions, and they might be fever, of course, because zile tatu, you remember them? Yeah, no, those that don't remember, you need to know they don't get just one vaccine, they get injected double, and then they get the rota vaccine. So after the rota, the babies can start vomiting, others the diarrhea after getting it. Why? Because we've introduced the, let me say, the pathogen kwa mwili ya mtoto for the baby to fight. But you need to observe that baby asi diarrhea na kuvomit sana ukasema ni allergic reaction. These dawas we've said, they are not supposed to, because I see mothers coming in, then we test them, because rota is so common in babies below 2 years. That's what we test for. Then we tell you your baby has rota virus. You say, si alichanjwa, alipatiwa chanjo ya rota. No. So ensure, no, it happens. So babies can get rota even after vaccination. The reason why you vaccinate the babies is so that they don't get the too severe forms of the disease. Just like you got your COVID vaccine, it doesn't mean you won't get COVID. Okay, so how can I boost the appetite of a 6-year-old baby? Okay, she's saying her baby has 19 kgs, which is a bit low, born with a birth weight of 3.1. So how can we boost the appetite of this baby? So we'll say, how are you feeding this baby first of all? Because we need also to analyze how are you feeding this baby. But what can increase the appetite of the baby? One is fruits. If you're giving fruits before meals, appetizer, it can increase your appetite. The other thing that worked well was soups. So if you're cooking chicken today, start with the chicken soup. Give them to drink chicken soup. It increases a hormone in the stomach that is called the gastrin hormone. This gastrin hormone, it causes the stomach to expand. So mtoto atakuwa na njaa, and this baby will eat. Also ensure akona attention akikula. Focus on the baby and don't cook food that is, I don't want to say ugly, but let's cook food that are appetizing, because even you, if you serve the same food every day, you won't eat. So we cook food well for these babies. Make sure you also don't cook their favorite meals. Give these babies balanced diets, but also if their favorite meal, cook it more often, then they will eat and they will enjoy food. Yeah, and take them out. Msiwapate tu chocolate za nyumba peke yake. There was one that was asking, my baby amekataa kabisa, kumeza imekuwa shida, what might be the problem? So we'll ask, did it start today or has it been there from before? I also have a question, because babies that were swallowing from before and they started all of a sudden, there must be a problem that is happening. Maybe tonsils, maybe feeling pain. But there are others who you introduce food during weaning. That is what we do in our nutrition clinic. We teach mothers how to wean their babies. So during weaning of the baby, how kumuin vizuri, then you blended food all through mpaka mtoto akafika 1 year. That's it. At 1 year is when you notice, this baby should have started to eat solid foods. So you start a solid food, this baby won't meza, hata imeza. So there is a way we wean the babies slowly. You can't come for weaning alone. You know, there are mothers who say, me, I have weaned my baby. I know I weaned the other baby, or I've seen babies being weaned. Kwani sisi tuliwiniwa aje? It's good to use nowadays with technology. We are all equipped with knowledge, so it's good to come and know what you are doing right and what you are doing wrong, and others who don't know even how to prepare baby's food, because baby's food is not just malenge and mandizi at home. We can also cook rice. I also didn't know we can cook rice for babies and rice and beans for these two babies. So these are things that you will learn and how to prepare them, and how to give baby a balanced diet. I will ask a question myself. Did you know that babies can eat fish and meat before they reach 9 months of age? Yeah, these are things you learn at the nutrition clinic. Yeah. Okay. So another one asked a question. Why is my baby not adding weight? I think we've dealt with that one when you were talking about the one who is not. The one who is 19 kgs. The other one is saying, how can I help my... Okay, I think all these questions have answered. Oh, another one asked, are allergies reversible, especially protein allergies? So, when somebody is reacting towards something, there is no medicine that can cure that. The only medicine that is left is for the body to fight itself. One day, yes, the body can accept. Will be sooner scared, mtu react na hii, and then with time, now they can eat it. Yes, it happens. Yes, it is reversible. But however, the allergy is to avoid the allergen. So if your baby is allergic to proteins, which proteins is the baby allergic to? Is it plant proteins? Is it animal? And even if it is animal protein, the babies who can't eat red meat, but they can eat white meat. So ensure these babies get a balanced diet. The one that can help us is the nutritionist. Again, so welcome to our nutrition clinic. We've said the nutrition clinic is on Wednesdays, Fridays, and on Mondays. Okay. Another one asked a good question here, but this is not about a baby. This is about herself. So she asked, what can cause spotting during pregnancy? I did a scan and everything was fine. So spotting can occur in pregnancy. It can be normal or not normal. So spotting can occur in first trimester during implantation, and also there are mothers who get mild bleeding, subchorionic bleeding, which is normal, and it can come off that bleeding. But when you see yourself bleeding, don't stay at home. Come to the facility so that you can. I don't want to reassure mothers from home. Okay. The other one is asking, my baby is 7 weeks. Na kona kikohozi. What should I do? But hakohoi only. He's also sneezing. Okay. So at 7 weeks old, the baby is coughing a lot. Mothers, be warned against treating babies from home, because we get babies who have been given cough syrups that are so strong from home. So babies are not supposed to be given cough syrups. I would rather, if you want to be safe with the baby, I would rather you give the baby Piriton. But don't treat your children at home. Especially coughs. These are things, in as much as the world is fighting against pneumonia and it has ended, these are things that would lead to pneumonia eventually. So you come, we are good people. We won't treat you if your baby is okay. We will tell you the baby is fine. The baby does not, and it is not just here, it is countrywide, I think. Yes, countrywide. I'm saying that with confidence because I know medicine has its own principles. So what you find here is what you still find in Mbisha, but we have better services. Let me say that. Okay, so don't treat kikohozi from home. You can bring the baby. We see how bad it is. We see how the baby is. So if we'll need a test, we'll tell you it's necessary. If it's not necessary, we'll tell you still it's not necessary. So if you want to ask your questions, you can ask at the consultation room. The other one is asking, my baby is 9 months and had no teeth. Is that something I should worry about? Yeah, we said teething is at 8 months. So baby that is not teething and is at 9 months hajatoa meno ya kwanza, yes, you need to come. We see the baby, what is happening. I will ask you a question. Has that baby sat? We'll need to do some vitamin D analysis, calcium, see what is happening to the baby. But teething from 8 months, yes, we need to get a teeth from 8 months. The other one is saying, yeah, it's the same question. My baby is 14 weeks and is not pooping for days. Is it safe? We've said babies can hold poopoo, and we've given you danger signs. Maybe I'll repeat. If your baby is not poopooing and is passing gas and a shooter, that baby is okay. If that baby is not crying a lot and the stomach is not distended, when you look at it, haijafura na ukishika si chungu, just wait for poop to come. But there are babies who reach 6 months, they start feeding, they start weaning, and they don't poop. It is not normal. So bring that baby, a baby that is eating and has not passed poop for a day, bring the baby to the hospital, look at them. So it also depends with what, it depends also with what you've given the baby. The people will start with foods that cause constipation, and there are a variety. Come, we tell you. Okay, the other one is saying, does breast milk help with eczema? I think this is a good question you've asked, because let's demystify something. Mothers come with babies in the hospital and they say, mtoto amechomwa na maziwa. Wapi huko? So babies that have eczema, they look like that. They will start with the face, it dries, it scales, it produces some rashes that are red and very itchy. So somebody atakwambia mtoto amemwagiwa maziwa. Others are told, mwagia mtoto maziwa atapona. You know? Na unamwagia mtoto maziwa. Ideally, with eczema is characterized with dryness of the skin. So what would be safe for this baby, it will be a good moisturizer. So ensure this baby is amepakwa mafuta vizuri, but ikikulemea, we said we have a dermatology clinic. Kuja hospitali so that we can see you. Okay? Sawa sawa. So let me get another question. Thank you for today's session. Karibu sana Jacaranda Maternity. We would love to hear more from you. So thank you so much. We are done with the questions that you were asking. So you need to, I wanted to speak on how we dress our two babies. Ensure your baby has a cotton clothing inside. We have babies that have eczema. People are saying eczema today is more than kitambo, but I want to refuse, because where did you get the myth of it is milk imechoma mtoto? Where did you get that myth of kuosha mtoto na maziwa? Is because na kuangalia mtoto ameangaliwa na macho mbaya. It was there even in our days and in our mother's day. So it is just that the people are not well informed, like right now. So eczema is there, so ensure baby dresses on with cotton to ensure aeration of the skin, and also mafuta. You'd rather even paka mtoto mafuta angare kama mtoto wa ushago, kama mtoto amepaka mafuta ya mandazi. Yeah? So paka mtoto mafuta and all will be well. Ukishindwa, bring the baby to the clinic for a dermatologist review. So I was being asked to speak on nutrition of the baby. Said babies should breastfeed at least for 6 months exclusively. After that, we'll start weaning. Weaning is at 6 months. Weaning is done by a specialist, a nutritionist here. So we have a nutritionist that will take you through weaning of the baby, but ensure babies get a balanced diet. Even if you're weaning these babies at 7 months, 8, 9, these babies should get milk that is from you. Ensure babies get fruit. They get proteins, because we give babies soup. Soup is not protein. Ati soup ya nyama. This baby needs that meat. So you'd rather blend that meat, give that baby some meat inside there. So I'm not teaching you nutrition, because that's not my specialty. So we have a nutritionist for that. Ensure babies get a balanced diet. We have proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, and then water. And also oils, blue band apple, avocado, peanut butter. Yes, they are very essential also. They help babies also to poop well. So we have another question. Somebody is asking, can plastic teeth harm the baby? No, plastic teeth will not harm the baby. You just let them fall off by themselves. But however, if zinakusumbua sana, you can come see our pediatrician. Okay, hope I've answered that one. I don't think, there was someone who is asking, is it normal for a 4 month to poke the eyes every time? Apart from that one, now what I have seen in the clinic, others will say babies rub their eyes a lot, others they tug their ears a lot. There is a habit that your baby will form for when they want to sleep, when they are restless, they want something, they want to be changed, they want to feed, they are restless. So there is a habit that babies will form. So others will be scratching their head, ensure the baby's nails are cut because wanakuja wamejikata. Others will tug on their ears, then Notice what happens after that. That will be the habit of the baby. But I want to speak on babies that tug their ears. There are babies that tug their ears a lot and start to cry. So we get ear infections. Ear infection causes the baby to feel itchiness. So if your baby is tugging the ear a lot, you'd rather come, we look at the ear, examine the ear and see if there's no infection, then there are babies who just love to tug their ears. Okay, others, they rub their nose. So you find their nostrils, they are black here. So it's a habit that babies will form. They can scratch their eyes, tug their nose, tug their ear, like that, or scratch their head or their bellies, because we have some who they scratch their bellies. Okay, I think I've answered all your questions. Thank you so much for your time. It was nice speaking to you.